If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button before you watch this video. If you guys enjoy anything 2K20 or 2K20, 2K21, or really anything 2K related, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 100K, and I know a lot of you guys watching the video right now and hearing my voice are not subscribed. So take 0.2 seconds out of your day, click the subscribe button, and it will help me on my way to 100,000 subscribers. Now, in today's video, we're not going to be talking about NBA 2K21 in particular, but we're going to be talking about NBA 2K as a company in general. Now, we've known in the past, NBA 2K has had some pretty shady tactics to the way they handle business, the way they promote their game, whatever the case may be. We've seen this happen year in and year out, especially when it comes with their NBA 2K games. I don't know why, but there always seems to be some sort of an issue or some sort of sketchy things going on with the company when it comes to a current version of the 2K for that year. I mean, we've seen it in NBA 2K18 where players were getting deleted. We've seen it in so many other 2Ks where there's things that are happening that shouldn't be happening. Now, in terms of the behind the scenes things, a lot of people have came forward. People have talked about how the business practices are really bad and things like that. But one thing that's very interesting is a topic that gets talked about every single year, and that has to do with certain players not wanting to be included in the NBA 2K game. Now, there's a lot of players that include not to be put into the 2K game, and we never really understood the reason why, because if you think about it, you would be like, oh, why wouldn't anyone want to be included into the 2K games? I mean, you get your name out there, it's free popularity, it allows for you to grow your brand, whatever, and you assume that the people being put in the game are being paid the right amount of money to having their name being used by the National Basketball Association and by NBA 2K games. Well, this isn't necessarily the case. A very popular person by the name of Charles Barkley, who I don't know if I'm wrong, but you guys can correct me if I am in the comment section below, but I believe the only time he was actually included in the NBA 2K series was in NBA 2K17 when they introduced the USA team or whatever it was. I don't know. It's been a while since I had to think about this because I'm not really too sure, but I think it was NBA 2K17. But like I said, feel free to correct me if I am wrong, if it is in NBA 2K17. But Charles Barkley was asked by a very nice kid by the name of Jonah. I'm actually going to leave his link to his YouTube channel right in the description below. He's a very sweet kid, but he went live and he asked Charles Barkley on why he doesn't want to be involved with the NBA 2K games and why he's not included into the game itself year after year. And his answer will be actually very surprising. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you, it's not going to be surprising because after all, is 2K as a company dealing with this? But you guys will be very interested to hear his entire answer to this question.
It's like a fun question, but why aren't you in 2K?
That's a great question. I'm asked that question a lot. So they pay those guys to do it. And they make $300 million a year. And they pay the guys chump change. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I says, this is what I'll do. Because just giving me some money doesn't help anybody. I said, give the old retired players $1 million and I'll be in the video game. They're like, well, we're going to pay you the same thing we pay others. I says, I'm not like the others. That's these other guys. I don't even know why they taking that money because y'all make $300 million a year. Y'all not helping the old retired players. I'm talking about guys older than me too, just for the record. So they piss me off every year. They call me every year and say, hey, have you changed your mind? I says, why in the world do you think I'm going to change my mind? I said, I told you, give $1 million a year. Y'all can have the tax write-off. It don't even have to come from me. I said, but give the retired players $1 million a year. Like I say, I'm not talking about old retired players like me. See, there's this misconception that everybody's been making $1 gazillion our whole life. There's players older than me who didn't make any money. Those two guys, and they're older, they probably need the money. So that's why I'm not in the video game, because they won't give money to the retired players. And I told them, I'm never going to change my mind. I mean, I'd be happy to do the game if they help the retired players. but they won't do it. So I told them, okay, no skin off my back.
When I first heard this, obviously I was very, very, very disappointed. But knowing 2K, I wasn't shocked at all. 2K is a company, especially when it comes to their NBA 2K games, that will do whatever they can to try to make the most money out of every person possible. Now, I've said this, it doesn't matter if a 2K is fun. It doesn't matter if it's 2K15, 16, 17, 2K21, whatever 2K you had fun with. It doesn't matter. The core objective of NBA 2K as a company, regardless of how much fun you're having in the game, is to make as much money as possible. And they do this by taking advantage of a lot of things. We've seen this in the past with microtransactions, and now we're seeing it with a retired NBA player coming out and talking about why he doesn't want to be included in the 2K games. And Charles Barkley is not the only retired player that is not included in 2K year in, year out. Reggie Miller is another one, and there's a bunch of other players who just aren't included in the game. And the reason why they're not included in the game is because of what the reason Charles Barkley talked about. NBA 2K, especially the basketball game, not even the company as a whole. NBA 2K as just a standalone basketball simulation video game has absolutely no competition. They don't do anything. They don't have to compete with anybody. They simply make all of the money if you're a basketball fan and want to play a basketball video game. So therefore, they make millions, millions, millions of dollars, and they can't bother to pay some extra money to retired players who are probably in need. Instead, they are incredibly greedy and try to profit off the names. I want you guys to think about this for a second. Do you guys know how much money the My Team game mode makes NBA 2K year in, year out? I've actually had this conversation with a lot of people. I actually want to know your guys' opinion in the comment section below. Do you guys think the Park/My Career game mode makes more money for 2K, or do you think the My Team game mode makes more money for 2K? The My Team game mode is easily one of the biggest pay-to-win game modes I have ever seen in my entire life. You could spend not $1,000, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you could spend like $100 on your team and have a better team than anybody else you match up with online. I mean, I guess you could make the argument for Park because you can spend money on VC and then upgrade your guy, but in all fairness, people are more than likely to be evenly matched in the Park as they are on My Team, because My Team, you can literally buy the best team. In Park, you can equally get to an 85, 86 off launch day. But what I'm saying is the fact that 2K isn't willing to give money to retired players and able to maybe do that extra thing to make people feel good. Instead, the only thing they're focused on is trying to make the most profit possible. Oh, it's just someone needs to compete with this game. Something has to compete with this company. Not even just the game, the company. The things they do is just unbelievable. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.